Why not?
You know, every month, YouTube sends all of its creators a bunch of analytics. Like if you read through this stuff, you'll know anything you need to know about the performance of any of your videos. Like seriously, you can know which of your videos perform the best, what type of videos your audience likes, what type of thumbnail even performs better than other thumbnails. And YouTube does this, I think, for the biggest reason is because YouTube likes to create revenue. And it also wants to let its creators know which videos create the most revenue for them. Some people might create videos just for the revenue. Like they look at these analytics and they say, okay, people like this type of video, that's the type of video I'm going to keep on doing. In my case, one of the types of videos that doesn't perform as well as others are videos when I talk about blatant racism. It's kind of crazy because you would think a page run by a black guy talking about blatant racism, that might be some of the highest performing videos that I would have on my page, but they're not. But that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to keep on talking about blatant racism in this country because it's important to me. One of the reasons I think these videos don't perform well is because, one, people are exhausted of it. They see it and they're just like, my goodness, I'm so tired of having to face this reality that we really have this much racism in our country. Other people don't like to see it because, frankly, they like to deny it. A lot of times it points to their community, so they don't really want to see that those things are actually that prevalent in their community. But again, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to talk about some things right now that all happened within a week of each other. And it's just blatant racism in this country. First, which most of you guys have already heard of, is that Young Republicans group chat. And it's crazy that this is called a Young Republicans group chat because they're not young at all. You had J.D. Vance out there saying that we shouldn't focus on things that kids say in a group chat. You realize in order to be a part of the Young Republicans, you have to be ages 18 to 40. J.D. Vance himself is 41 years old. The people in that group chat who was saying the most racist things were between the ages of 24 and 37. They're not kids. These people are grown-ass adults who knew exactly what they were saying. But you have Republicans out there who refuse to condemn and disavow those statements or those people. I don't know if you guys recently saw the debate that Adam Mockler was having with some conservatives on a stage. I don't remember. I don't know exactly what it was, but you'll see it in the video. He was literally just asking the guy, can you condemn people or the words that people say when they say they believe Nazis in gas chambers? They're okay with that. Can you condemn that? The guy wouldn't do it. He had to pry it out of him. And he tried to deflect. There's a guy running for attorney general in West Virginia or something. And Adam's like, I disavow it. I condemn it. Now, can you condemn those? And he still couldn't do it. It took so much for Adam to get it out of him. And again, it's because of blatant racism, and the right does not mind it at all.
Just think about this. We saw these Nazi group chats, which I'm sure you condemn, right? This Nazi group chat.
Well, we can talk about it.
Do you condemn it?
I want to talk about it.
Wait, so when they said gas chambers,
disavow.
when they say gas chambers, you won't. So you're like J.D. Vance. You just won't condemn this?
Well, I actually had J.D. on the show today. We had a whole conversation.
You guys can all condemn this, right?
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
But
Chris, can you condemn that?
And that is exactly the card that J.D. Vance tried to play. J.D. Vance wants to bring up this guy running for attorney general in Virginia or West Virginia. I don't even know because most of us don't even know the guy. But yeah, if the guy is out there saying that someone's children should be killed or whatever, we condemn that. We don't want those type of people representing our party. I don't know if the guy's going to win. I don't have a vote in that place. Neither does Adam Mockler. That's not where he's from. But they're acting like this guy is running for president of the United States of America. And none of that matters. None of it matters because these people, I would think, don't raise their kids that way. One of their kids comes up and says, hey, Johnny's back there doing this. They don't say to them, what about that day you did this? No, they go, hey, I'm going to go take care of Johnny, what he's doing right now. But instead, they continue to deflect to something else. Then there's Nick Fuentes, who literally comes out and says, everyone's a groyper. He's basically saying, these guys, what they were saying and doing, we love that. We love it. That is them embracing my group.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's a groyper now. I don't even know these people. I've never met these people, and I don't know that they identify as groypers. I don't believe they talked about me. If they did, I'm sure it'd be in here. But it just goes to show this is the mood of my generation. This is the mood. This is the zeitgeist of the under 25, under 30 crowd, especially for white men. It's just where they are. These guys were doing a great thing. These guys are, they're not woke, they're based, and they're doing what they're supposed to be. They're rising up in the party leadership. They're rising up in the government. The mistake that they made is that they were sloppy.
You've never seen Nick Fuentes so excited. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. These people were saying the right things. This is how we feel. He's telling you, this is how young Republicans feel. This isn't them just some outlier or whatever. This is them being them. And he's like, they were just being sloppy. But he said something important there. He said, this is them rising up in the party. And they will. Mark my words about this. Right now, people are saying, that's not a big deal or whatever. These people will be invited on Fox News. They'll be invited to sit in a suite with Donald Trump at a football game. They're going to rise in the Republican Party because, as Nick Fuentes said, to the Republicans, they're not woke, they're based. This is them being them. And Nick Fuentes, an admitted racist, is saying, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Finally, Republicans standing up and saying what I believe. Then I come across this video of this guy, this white guy, in some town or whatever, just blatantly calling a black kid, a young black man, the N-word and a monkey. I don't even know how much of this YouTube is going to allow. I'll probably have to blur out some of the words. But yeah, the guy is going on, calling this dude the N-word and a monkey, out in the open. Doesn't care, face is showing. They've already found who he is and everything. Didn't care one bit that he was being blatantly racist right in public.
I don't give a fuck. I can say what I want. I don't like them. Straight up. And go to the hood. They don't like me. I've been to the hood. And then what? Then you're gonna threaten me? You see me again? You see me right now, don't you, motherfucker? Yeah, you got your fucking blunt in your ear, eh?
What you wanna do?
Not a fucking goddamn thing, motherfucker.
Right,
what
so
you wanna do? You keep walking. I don't have to do shit.
Keep walking there, bro.
No, you keep walking, motherfucker. I don't have to do shit. Motherfucker's got a fucking... Yeah.
Okay, what?
Yeah, okay, what? Look at this. Oh, what you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do, motherfucker? Oh, look at this, here. I'm fucking monkey from the streets, nigga. I'm monkey. What you is. What you is. What you is worth this. Guarantee I got more money than you, And his friend's probably on the phone with the cops. Oh, this guy's walking down the street. He called me racial slurs. I got it on videotape.
First of all, we know who he is. He doesn't have any money. And I know some of you guys are thinking when you're watching this video, they should have knocked his ass out. And I think about this a lot when I see videos like this. And I really hope that I'm never in this situation because I want to be here for my children. I enjoy nothing more than, getting to see my daughters, going somewhere with my wife and my daughters on the weekend or whatever like that. And I just feel like I would jeopardize that if I were ever in this type of situation because I just don't know if I could have the composure to just take something like that. But that's America. That is the racism that some people have to encounter on a daily basis. Stuff like that. But this next video, not long ago, I made a video where I said something like, will we ever be enough? Like, will our accomplishments, will the things that we do for the community ever be enough? This video epitomizes the answer that I gave and the answer that a lot of you guys gave. Will never be enough. It doesn't matter. This is a video of a police officer, a black police officer, I think he's a sheriff or a chief or something like that, being discriminated against blatantly, out in the open.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed.
I felt like it was a racial thing, and I felt like he was singled out.
Only on 9, claims of racial discrimination at a Chick-fil-A. A Clover police officer said that he had to pay for his meal, but that his 3 white colleagues did not.
Their claims did garner an apology from the owner of the Augusta restaurant where this happened. Our South Carolina reporter Tina Terry spoke to officers about their experience.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed, at the whole situation, because it seemed like it was a racial issue to me.
Clover Police Sergeant Tracy Reed had that experience at a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Augusta, Georgia, while on a work trip a few weeks ago. He and 3 other CPD officers, all of them white, went into the restaurant for breakfast.
We all came into the restaurant together. We rode together, came in the restaurant together, all had the same uniform on, stood in line together. There was never a time that we were not together while standing in line.
They say all 3 white officers were offered a complimentary meal, which they say is often offered to law enforcement at the popular restaurant chain. But when Sergeant Reed got to the register, he had to pay.
He said he had to pay for his meal, and it infuriated me. And I told him, I said, "Do you want me to go say something?" And he was like, "No, I don't want you to cause a scene." But I could tell by the way he looked that, he just looked down at his plate and he looked really embarrassed and humiliated, which really made me mad.
Eventually, Reed wrote this letter to Chick-fil-A corporate demanding the chain retrain employees at the Augusta location and strengthen corporate-wide policies on compliance with civil rights laws. But Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager, which included 2 cards for free meals.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or that it was a racial incident, which I didn't like, because I know it wasn't perceived. It actually happened.
He's not the only one to perceive it. We all perceived it that way, and it's not even perception, it's what happened.
And it's crazy because the right will talk about back in the blue and respecting police officers, but in many cases, they're not talking about black people. They're not talking about brown people. When most of them are talking about respecting police officers and backing the blue, they're talking about the white ones only. And watching these guys seriously sit there and kind of have to come to this like have to face this horrible fact that a guy they work with, that they respect, that they think should be respected the way that they're respected, is just blatantly discriminated against, experiences racism right in front of their face. In 2025, people are this emboldened to be this racist out in public. You won't see any black MAGA who is condemning that. You won't see J.D. Vance condemning that. You won't see Donald Trump condemning that. You won't see anyone on the right condemning that, because right now in America, it is popular for these people to be racist. Like, if you're on the racist right, you're out in the open right now, because you have elected officials, president, vice president, who are going to support your racism. Again, I said at the beginning of this, these type of videos don't perform well, but I'll be damned if I stop making them. This is important. This needs to be shared. People need to know this is happening so that, again, we can be anti-racist. It is not okay to just stand on the sidelines and say, I'm not a racist. It takes more than that. You have to be anti-racist. You have to be an advocate. You have to be an ally, or else you're basically complying or agreeing with and enabling exactly what's going on. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.